Listen local. Treetown Sound on Ann Arbor's 1071.
Baptize a rose, water soft, order rectify and sanctify. Hold them off and let it flutter. Don't forget to follow right. Vocalize the smoking knives. Don't strike. Catching on the distant light, she's gotta be divine. Let the fire hanging on the burning tether line. The mind break fine. Oil snake, broken up from Johnny chokes. Oh, they better hope her perfume stronger than the soul. Hey, now here's what they'll do, see? They'll put an apple in your hand, but don't you dare bite it. A mansion a week, but don't you dare light it. Temptation be a sin, don't look any more behind it. That's just how it is, don't you dare fight it. Put an apple in your hand, but don't you dare bite it. A mansion a week, but don't you dare light it. Like something meant to live, don't fill it with excitement. It's still straight forgive, yeah, that's how he likes it. Kiss a lost, live a life, give her crucify and waterlog the sinner daughter. She could take your place of praise. They wedded you like fire ice. She's elected, loaded, but now with underglow. She cannot know, so drown the power for it overflows. Sorry, man, it's ventilated. Trust has made the apples, ate the candles, starts to flicker, and a wicked little demon sing. Rising and rising, gently respiring. Apple in your hand, but don't you dare bite it. A mansion a week. Don't you dare let it. Temptation be a sin, don't look any more behind it. That's just how it is. Don't you dare, an apple in your hand, but don't you dare bite it. A mansion a week, but don't you dare let it. Like something meant to live, don't fill it with excitement. As soon as we forgive, yeah, that's how he likes it. So they've got to teach her so she knows how to learn that you can't let the candle burn. She can't let the candle burn, she can't let the candle burn. So they've got to teach her so she knows how to learn that she can't let the candle burn. Why? I don't know.
An absolute banger on Treetown Sound. That's going to be a Treetown Sound classic banger for years to come. That is Candle Burn by Rabbitology. And she's in studio with me today, opening up for the Crane Wives this Thursday at Bank of Ann Arbor, Sonic Lunch. Kind of a really big show for her because she attends the University of Michigan as a junior. Welcome to Treetown Sound, Rabbitology. Hi. How are you? Oh, wait, hold on. All right, one more time.
Hi.
Yeah.
There we go.
Let's do it with your mic on, shall we?
Yeah.
That's a good sign. That, when I make mistakes on the radio, that means great things are going to happen. Well, I just discovered you. I met you at Sonic Lunch at the Andrew Horowitz, Antoine Stanley show. Jenny, who worked Sonic Lunch with me, raved about you. And I didn't listen to music until I met you. And then I listened, and man, I was absolutely blown away by the Bog Bodies. I was like, I need to have more. And then I heard Candlebox, and here we are right now. And those are all recorded in your dorm room, correct?
Yeah. So all of them so far were just completely. Should I get closer? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. All of them were completely recorded within my dorm room from my freshman and sophomore year. It was the same dorm actually, but.
And
yeah.
Where did that? I know you grew up in Toledo, but where did music start? And a lot of artists have a hard time releasing songs. When did you get to a point where you're like, I have something here, I'm gonna put this on the internet, warts and all, and see what people think?
Yeah. Okay, well, I was always really into music. Growing up, I loved video games, Wii games specifically for their music. But when I got into college, I made music just for fun because my high school band teacher always said, you have to have 3 things in life: a hobby that gets you money, a hobby just to kind of have, and then a hobby to be fit, I think. And so I was like, oh, music will be my hobby that's like entertaining to me. It's not the one that's going to make me money. And so I just started doing it on the side of writing because I needed a hobby that was not, commercial.
Yeah.
And I actually made Candleburn at probably the end of my first semester at U of M. And I sent it to my parents because I was like, oh, I just made this song. And they're like, you have to release this. And I was like, oh, I'll put it on my SoundCloud. And they're like, no, you have to put this on Spotify. And I was like, okay. And I wasn't really proud of it at the time just because I heard all the errors and it wasn't a studio recording. But yeah, it was my parents who really encouraged me to release the song. My mom was like, it's a banger. You have to trust me.
Mom knows.
Yeah, she does. She does. She says that to me a lot now. She's like, I trusted, you got to trust me. I knew from the beginning which songs are good. So
shout out to all the parents that are encouraging their children to be artists and be creative. That's so cool. And I hope you thank her all the time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It could work, Mom. And your dad was like, I'm against this.
Oh, no. He's super into it as well.
Okay,
he's like,
good.
oh my gosh, yes.
We had to get Dad. Dad needs some love
yes.
too.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So you put it on Spotify and what happens?
So I put it on Spotify and then to my dismay, I am in a film group on campus and we went on our yearly retreat right as it came out. And our president started playing it in the car as we were driving up. And I'm stuck in there sweating. So I'm like, oh gosh. And everyone was like, oh, this is so great. And they kept streaming it over and over and over again. I think at one point they were trying to mess with me. But because of that, it triggered the Spotify algorithm really early on. And so then it started showing my music to a lot of people who didn't know who I was, personally.
So it was Candlebox was the first track.
Yeah.
So you at that point you have a couple thousand monthly listeners?
Yeah, I think I got to 300 monthly listeners. I got 1,000 streams and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the kind of big break, I guess.
And then at what point did you start getting some viral momentum? Was that from TikTok?
It was, okay, this is crazy. It was actually from Instagram Reels. So I posted almost a year ago today, I posted a video of me dancing in the woods. You can probably guess if you're from Ann Arbor where those woods are. But it was really hot, so I'm in a kind of a weird outfit. And I was just dancing along to the song. And it blew up on Instagram originally because people were making fun of me. And then after a while, the comments slowly shifted from making fun of me to being wait, this song kind of is really good. And so, yeah, I think it was weird because I almost deleted the video. I was like, oh no,
Yeah, that's common, right?
Yeah, yeah. If you ever post, and this goes out to anyone who's making music or trying to, anything on social media, people will make fun of you. But if you just keep at it, yeah.
You're preaching to the choir over here. I can be the whipping post on the internet every once in a while, and I'm okay with that. No, but I think that our music life balance as a student, warts and all, putting it out there, it starts to pick up on Instagram. Did you see it pick up on Spotify then because of that?
Yeah, I saw huge boosts, and then I saw it pick up on TikTok as well as a result because they're kind of similar social media sites, but they're a little different. So TikTok followed really quickly, and then, yeah.
And now here you are as a junior at U of M, and you're signed to Network Records.
Yeah.
Which is a really hip record label. I know Joe Hertler and the Rainbow Seekers are on them. They work very, very hard for developing new artists. Mm-hmm. But how did they find you?
Yeah, so this was probably a couple months after that first video blew up, and I kept doing the same thing. Going out to the woods and dancing like a maniac, just having fun. And they emailed me and they're like, hey, we're really into your stuff. Would you want to hop on a call sometime? And I didn't respond at first because I was like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I bet, and the rest is history. They're super cool label, and plus I knew Joe Hertler and the Rainbow Seekers, and to see them signed to labels, okay, I trust this.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So the dorm demos are going to turn into real songs.
Maybe. This is a creative writing kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there's this mantra that everything is a draft.
Yeah.
And so I call them dorm demos because it's the best I could do at that given moment. So I could remake it at some point if I feel like I can do it more justice than what it is.
Oh,
but it's kind of like a, this isn't perfect, and maybe one day I'll try to get it more to what I wanted it to be. But
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Like, why focus on old stuff when you can focus on new stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I might remake it at some point, but I feel like people get demo-itis. Like, I know I get it, where you hear one song a certain way so many times that everything else feels worse because it's not familiar. Like,
so,
yeah.
Does that mean that you cringed when you had to make an acoustic version of the Bog Bodies?
A little. I was like, oh gosh,
Like, this song's done. Why am I doing an acoustic version? Why did you do it? Were you encouraged to do an acoustic version?
No, I was originally, the song was originally going to be just acoustic. I was like, I'm going to make myself a simple song that I can make in one night, and just release it. Because I had like a big drought in music. And I just kept going and adding more stuff in layers. And I was like, well, this is not an acoustic version anymore. But
and you're producing all of it?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. A true artiste, Rabbitology in studio. So tell me this, because this is the $1 million question. Are you going to do a Bog Bodies sped up?
Oh my gosh.
Are you going to do a fast version now?
A fast version? I don't know.
Have you played it fast just to hear what it would be like?
I assume it'd be like a club song kind of,
right?
With that beat. Honestly, I'm kind of against sped up versions. Like, if someone else wants to speed it up and like put it on YouTube, I'll turn a blind eye. But you didn't hear that from me. But
you might hear from network.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I like the song as an original.
Yep, I agree.
But it probably would go hard sped up. Not gonna lie.
It probably would. And you love bass.
Yes.
And you love percussion.
Yes.
I can listen to your music and be like, I know what she loves. And I mean, that hits home for me. I mean, you're extremely authentic, but you also dip back to like, there's like some classical music in there. There's some world music in there. I mean, bedroom pop, new age feel in there. And I don't like giving genres or comparing people to other artists. That's not what I try to do. But you can hear a lot of influences in your music. But at the same time, it sounds extremely authentic. Like, your use of the banjo, not really traditional use of the banjo. I mean, like, it almost gives me like sitar, like Indian vibes on a banjo. It's just fantastic. And I really hope that in all your time with school and everything else, you can devote a little bit of time to writing music also. With that said, focus on school, as you know. So what is the plan with Network now? Are you thinking about getting in the studio soon?
Yeah, well, I'm still recording at I don't know how much I can say, but
right,
I do have some things
No one listens to this show. Don't worry.
Well, for the people listening, I do have a lot of things lined up. Good. And it'll be fun come the spooky season. So once it starts getting colder out, yeah.
You're going to be releasing music?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
and is there any shows that you'll be doing also?
Nothing yet, other than, of course, Sonic Lunch this Thursday.
Yes, great.
Yeah, but nothing yet, but I'm hoping to do
some support during your break. Well, you don't get much of a break at Michigan.
Yeah.
So next summer is going to be really crazy as you have 1 million monthly listeners and famous all over the world. I'm talking to Rabbitology. You can see her live this Thursday at 11:30 a.m. opening up for the Crane Wives from Grand Rapids, Michigan, who you've been a fan of forever.
Yes.
So this is so cool this all worked out.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Pretty cool. You can't write this script of this stuff happening and the way this worked out. And I'm always just floored by the amount of artists that come out of the University of Michigan. And for you to be associated with all of them, I mean, you are now in line with Wolfpack and all these other bands that went through, Darren, Chris, and everyone else. Like, you're carrying that torch. And out of everyone I know coming out of the University of Michigan right now, musically, you have the biggest buzz.
Shoot.
I mean, that's you.
Wow.
I mean, that is. I mean, whether you want it to be or not.
It is overwhelming.
I'm not saying you're the chosen one, but what I'm saying is you've been chosen. Whether it be by Network or the Mint Agency. I mean, those are professionals in the industry that can take you from A to Z. And if you're not on your way, I hope you enjoy the path that you choose in life. It sounds like regardless of what you do, your art is your art and it's you, so you can't go wrong with it, which is the only approach to take. Whether who talks to you in life, just be Rabbitology. And I'm not going to say your real name, so you can search the internet forever. Man, it's just really exciting. So we can look for a new single this fall. I want to play one more song. I really appreciate you coming in studio. Do you want to give any shout outs? This is your first time on commercial radio. Anything you want.
Shout out to Jenny. So she worked with Sonic Lunch this summer.
We love her.
And she's the one who hyped me up. Like without her, I wouldn't be half the person I am today. So shout out Jenny. I assume she's listening right now or is going to tune in at some point.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So shout out Jenny. Wow.
Very cool. Talking to Rabbitology Live. You're listening to it. It's Rabbitology. She loves rabbits in ology, right? It all works together. I love ology too. Make sure you follow her on socials, add her to her playlist. This next song is her most popular song. It's the one that had the most traction. I'm not sure it's my favorite. I'm not picking favorites. I love Candle Burn a lot. I love them all a lot. But this is the acoustic version of the Bog Bodies, which I played the original last week before I even knew you were playing the Crane Wives, which is just awesome. Wow. Do you want to set up this song and what it means? I know you do all the art for everything, but give us, Bog Bodies is a weird name. Yeah. I know what a bog is. It's like a stinky body of water.
Yeah. Well, a bog body, so this is like some random like factoid, but so if a body dies in a bog or ends up in a bog, it will never rot. Like it's like forever preserving. So it's this concept of stasis that I really wanted to explore. And I wrote it when I was in a math class that I didn't like. And I'm no longer doing anything related to math. But I wrote it feeling kind of stuck. Like, why am I doing this? You know, why am I
being preserved in this class?
Yeah.
Wow. I like that. And that's how we find dinosaurs and everything else, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Really cool. Well, that's the Bog Bodies. For all those kids that are having trouble in math class, just do what Rabbitology does and write a song. Is that fair to say?
Stay in school. Stay
in school, kid. All right, so we're going to close this out. You can see Rabbitology this Thursday, opening for the Crane Wives. This is an absolute banger. This is the Bog Bodies, the acoustic version on Treetown Sound.
My man is a stagnant, my body a linen cakewalk, wailing his eyes to my name. I bathe in his mouth overnight, we drink moonbeams from moist skies. Come down, he begged me, please love, never leave. Scars. Yeah, I was made to be a devotee. This man goes slowly till I die. My body's really left behind. False eyes when you fell without trees.
One of my favorites, and a song I'm definitely going to be playing on this radio show for many moons to come. That is the Bog Bodies acoustic by Rabbitology. I mean, it was just so much fun having her in studio talking with a new artist making their rise, signed to a new label, signed to a new agency, making just authentically great music in her dorm room, from all the production to all the singing to the end product. And, you know, having faith in herself and just putting it out there and seeing people enjoy it and love it. And all of a sudden, she's putting out a new song/album. I don't even know what I can say because I don't know. This fall. So look for that around Halloween. You know we're going to debut it on this radio show. And if you like what you heard, you can see Rabbitology live this Thursday at Bank of Ann Arbor Sonic Lunch at 11:30 a.m. Opening for the Crane Wives. I would call off work, skip school, do what you need to do, make it to the last Sonic Lunch, Bank of Ann Arbor Sonic Lunch this Thursday. You can learn more about that at soniclunch.com.